Game so far, and that one's good. Schroeder.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
AI outside. Down low. Here's Hartenstein. An easy 2 points on the layup. Hartenstein's got 10 points.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
It's Schroeder with the drive. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And with numbers like this, how about 87% on the year? He's been somebody they love having at the line.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
Now, here's AI. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's AI. He got it again. Sensational. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless. I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this. This one may already have been decided. Rockets ahead, delivering the blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Taking a look at the Rockets. Austin Rivers is out there with AI. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5 down low. On the wing, Daniels lets it go with the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Daniels has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Heat. Here's AI. Miami grabs the miss. Winslow's got his 4th rebound in this one. Feeds to Barea. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
Hard not to commend the confidence of Barea. For a point guard, he's an excellent scorer, particularly inside.
To the paint. Back to AI. And another one falls. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Lots of physical play, Clark, during your time in the NBA. That's been toned down to a degree. Do you miss it being a bigger part of the game now?
You know what? I think it's still a very physical game. The rules have changed. The way the game is officiated has certainly changed. Some of the tough fouls that you saw in decades past don't exist as much. But I still think the game is extremely physical. So I'm glad to see us move in the direction of toning that down a bit. There's enough physicality in the game.
And it's Whiteside off the drive. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, Clark, some G-League salaries on the rise due to two-way contracts.
Yeah, and I think some of it is a function, Kevin, of the league's prosperity and success as revenues continue to grow. But I don't think it's a handout. I mean, when these guys get called up to the NBA, they've got to continue to be ready to produce and contribute, because at the end of the day, it's about production if you're going to make your way into the NBA.
And it's Barea with the ball. He'll bring it up for Miami. He kicks to Whiteside. Oh, that's blocked. AI outside. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Poke loose. Pass to Barea. Back to Daniels. This one for 3. But they recover it.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
That one drops for him.
And you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
Well, I tell you what, offensive rebounding.
And again for three.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for third now, most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc. Down low. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Mark, over your many years in the NBA, you've seen labor unrest, but per the most recent CBA, we have the potential for a decade-long stretch now of another bucket. Wow!
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now third all-time for points in a game. One for the ages. Whiteside, the pass to Daniels. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
And yep, another basket.
And incredible. Never thought we'd see another player score this much.
I mean, it feels surreal, doesn't it? That score puts him tied for the second most points in an NBA game. What a historic night. Now, here's Barea. He's tightly guarded. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Osman. Offline with his three. Here's AI. Off target from three-point range. Now Barea kicks it to Daniels. From outside, off the mark.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's
connects again.
And he is ripping through this defense and continues his assault on the record book.
That score moving him clearly into second place for most points in a game. Back to Grant. And it's blocked. He feeds it to Whiteside. The second chance effort. It's rebounded by Houston. AI's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Over to the wing. Page passes to AI. No good with the triple. Miami's got some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Pass to Daniels. In the recent CBA, there have been a lot of provisions put in there for retired players. Health insurance, increase in pensions, Clark, reimbursement for tuition. What do you think of these changes?
Love them, Kevin. Absolutely love them. And again, credit to the league and to the Players Association for thinking outside the box, reaching back to benefit some of the former players that are actually in need of these benefits and deserving of them. Come on now. Those guys paved the way in many ways for what we see of the league now. Most players appreciate and recognize that, and for it to be tangibly recognized and rewarded is great to see. I love it.
Mike Scott's checked in for Whiteside. Wagner, he's checked in for the Rockets. Robinson comes in for Kuzminskis. Page passes to AI. Uncovered. Connects again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. The Heat shooting 43% from the floor. Osman kicks to Scott. The pass to Barea. Passes it to Daniels. And stolen by AI. And here we go. Fast break, and AI's got it. And it's Osman with the rebound. Heat shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. On the wing, Daniels. He's guarded by AI. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Unloads from 9. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Teams in the past would often pound the offensive glass, Clark. I think of the '84 Celtics, but now teams are running only 1, maybe 2 guys to the offensive boards.
I think a big part of it is transition defense is so important that teams now don't send as many people to the offensive glass. But the flip side of that is if you get offensive rebounds, you get opportunities to score and you can thwart transition chances. So I tilt towards trying to get to the offensive glass as long as you've got a couple of guys that are really good at it.
Here's Osman, guarded by Robinson. Osman kicks to Scott. Back to Osman. In the corner, Daniels. From outside, off the mark.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Good work there as it goes.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
Barea with it. Back to Scott. Changes up. Another shot. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Really active down there, imposing his will and force and seeing his efforts pay off.
Inside, as NBA, Clark, amazing the potential now for some players to play into their 40s. In fact, we're seeing a couple guys in their 40s playing right now and playing well.
Yeah, you know, I thought about it when we started to see this influx, Kevin, of high school players coming into the league at 19, 20, 21 with the advancement in nutrition knowledge and training methods and preservation of the body and taking care of it, that we might see more longer careers. But if you start at 21 and play 15 years, that's still only 36. So I think we're going to see some more guys in the 40s, but I still think it's going to be a small number by and large.
Houston's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Sweet little floater.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And Miami shooting 43% for the game. Pass to Osman. Outside, Scott out to the right wing. Barea with a wide open look. Off target from outside. Here's AI. Out to the right wing. Tries again. And another one falls.
And that score puts him even. A night I never thought we'd see.
He's now tied point for point with the record. One more score. He'll be all alone at the top of the record books. GA, a moment nobody thought they'd ever see.
100 points for him. Still sends shivers down my spine to say it. And this is a game that nobody thought could be matched. Wilt Chamberlain's half-century record has been matched here tonight.
The 15-footer, yet another bucket.
Kevin, I'm in disbelief. He set a new all-time record for scoring in a single game.
Well, Greg, a record that was for so long thought to be untouchable. He continues to amaze.
And he has now passed Wilt Chamberlain's legendary mark of 100 points, one that stood for over a half a century. Unimaginable.
And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. And there's a minute 45 left here in the fourth quarter. In the corner, it's Robinson. Here's AI. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assists. Robinson's got his 5th assist in this one. Strong. He's guarded by Rivers. Pass to Barea. Over AI. Barea, no good.
And the defense that time was late. And you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Rockets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this team, obviously one of the elite teams. They have played with heart and passion for the game all season long, and the wins for them just keep rolling along. And tonight, it'll make win number 63.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief.
And Greg, you know, as interconference opponents, tonight was their only chance to get that revenge. I mean, they won't see each other in the regular season again until next season.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for AI.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
To the paint, here's Barea. The Rockets pull it in.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Back to AI. Yet another bucket.
We're bearing witness to one of the great scoring seasons of all time.
Greg, he's delivering night in and night out. Great games and nearing third all-time for scoring in a season. Here is Barea. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Well, I must say, I didn't think I'd ever see this in my lifetime. You have broken Wilt Chamberlain's single-game scoring record. How on earth did you do that this evening?
Oh, man, I didn't think we'd see it either, DA. You know, I just can't believe my name's going to be up there with Wilt. You know, it's all happened so fast. I mean, I wish I could explain it, but, I mean, everything was falling for me. Just one of those nights where everything, I mean, like, everything went absolutely right. And, you know, I'll never forget it.
I don't think anybody is ever going to forget it, whether they were here or not. Back to you guys.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Wow, 40 points every game. 108 points. Alvin, I'm done. I'm done, Alvin and Jose. I know y'all watching this. I'm pretty much done now. Show me get 100 points.